everybody, welcome to A6. So here we see our dentist versus consumer data again, and we are going to run a 5-step. Your first job, well, too bad I put it in the topic name, is to figure out why it's a homogeneity and not an independence chi-squared test. And again, it's in the topic because we have two populations. We have the population of consumers and the population of dentists. And it says inside separate samples. So that pushes us into homogeneity. Remember, independence, one population, two variables, two or more variables. Okay, so we are going to run a complete 5-step hypothesis test, chi-squared homogeneity. Let's review our calculator work to get this test done. If the calculator work is easy for you because you remember it from A5, just go ahead while I'm talking and work on your 5-step homogeneity chi-squared 5-step. Use A3, use your template, which hopefully you have generated by now. For those of you who need the review, to enter this observed matrix, we are going to go second, matrix, edit. Don't worry if you don't have dimensions in there. And we're going to choose 1. It's a 2x5 matrix. Remember when we identified the dimensions of matrices, I'm just going to make sure I'm not muted, Yes, not muted. I went to a double negative in there. In my head, in there. Okay, for matrices, you're always going to put how many rows. Remember, rows are on the horizontal first, then columns. So 2x5, and then you just manually enter the values. Boom, boom, boom. Type in the number and enter it. So I have matrix A. Now we're going to run the test on our calculator, and I can see my hair is a little bit out of control in the side view. Fixed. Everybody, the bun is fine. Okay, so there we go. Stat, left to test, and it's not goodness of fit. It's the matrix test. So that's alpha C. Should be on everybody's calculator the same. Now I put the observed in matrix A. A is already there. It's going to throw the expected into matrix B. Let's imagine I had a 2x2 matrix from an old problem in matrix B. It's going to overwrite it. So you don't have to worry about clearing matrices. I don't even remember how. There is a way, but it's very complicated. So I just always overwrite what's there. And let's go directly to draw. The only thing calculate gives you that draw doesn't is it gives you degrees of freedom. Remember, for matrix chi-squareds, degrees of freedom is number of rows minus 1, that quantity times number of columns minus 1. So that should be easy to generate on your own. If you really wanted to, you could also hit calculate. Okay, we have the shape of the curve, which is the hardest part for chi-squared because the curve changes. Let's go ahead and you go ahead and do your 5-step, and then we will go over it. I know it's tempting to just stay on and copy down the key. Try it on your own first. Get the muscle memory for not only the AP exam, but for your future in statistics. Do it now, a complete 5-step. And you're back. And we're correcting in color. Okay. Let me close the calculator or hide the calculator. And I'm going to go full screen here and get this Zoom bar that makes me crazy out of the way. Crazier. The parameter of concern is really the question. So you don't even have to write parameter of concern. You can just write the statement, do the populations of consumers and dentists differ in their attitudes for advertising for dentists? Remember, I mentioned in class that you used to not be able to advertise for clients if you were a dentist. The null hypothesis is that there's no difference in the proportions. So we could have written that much more succinctly. You do not need symbolic form for chi-squared tests. The alternative is that they do differ. The attitudes of consumers and dentists are different. Okay, you don't even have to go in one category. And I crossed out the word response. This is an extremely old key. This is from mid-90s. Because response really talks about sample, and I don't want us to get in the habit of inserting sample in parameter of concern or in the hypotheses. Let's go ahead and look at criteria / assumptions. So I have the expression criteria / assumptions or assumptions / criteria. I have my test name. You need homogeneity here. You have to indicate to the AP graders which test you are running. Simple random samples are assumed. Be wary of results. We need independence between populations so that we're not counting any consumer as a dentist, even though dentists are themselves consumers or clients of other dentists. Each expected count is at least 5. Ooh, I forgot to go over that with you. So you don't have to rewrite the observed. I did here. You do have to have your expected count formula. So I should be writing out column, marginal. I could just go row total times column total over grand total. And for the expected, which I'm going to show you on the calculator in a minute, you need to show the physical or the arithmetic setup for at least one cell. I have them for every cell because this was my intro problem, but you just need at least one setup, then you need each expected value. Okay, so let me pull up the calculator one more time. To see the expected matrix, you're gonna go second matrix. So remember the matrix button is 2 below alpha, it's a second function. It's easier to view a matrix in edit, so left to edit, choice 2 is matrix B, and there is our expected matrix B. So you have to record this matrix on your calculator, once again, showing the build for at least one cell. And did you label it expected? So make sure expected. Okay. Observed, you don't have to recop. Now, if this is an AP question, you might have to generate these marginal totals manually. And hopefully they mention the grand total in the prompt, but you might have to sum. Remember, this will give you a sum of 225. These two will give you the sum of 225. Remember when we did that right around Simpson's paradox? Yeah, chapter 4, I'm pretty sure. How do we deal? Yes, it was chapter 4. How we dealt with bivariate qualitative data. That was the end of chapter 4. Okay, so we've shown the build and the values for expected, the matrix expected, and now we have to show the build for chi-squared. Remember, the formula for chi-squared is at the bottom of the first slide of the formula packet. Now, for this chi-squared build, I would show first plus ... plus last initially. I ended up having to go back in and find the value of each component because our p-value is 0, because our chi-squared value is so large. And I need to go back in and find the largest components that contributed to our huge chi-squared value, leading to our extremely small p-value. So this I crossed out because we have that draw function, so we don't need to use the PDF to get the shape of our curve. Did you state your significance level in words and symbol? Did you compare p to alpha, general, substitution, reject H At the, we can just say there is support the claim that there is a difference in attitudes towards advertising for dentists for the populations of dentists versus consumers. I got more wording than I had to here. And then who were the biggest contributors to our chi-squared? Dentists disagree and consumers strongly disagree. So I would have to write that as a full sentence. And then I have some calculator stuff right here for you that you can look at again. We are done with A5. Oops, nope. We are done with A6. Yes, we are done with A5 because we did that in class. Okay, so keep your cover page updated. I'll see you soon for A7 and A8. Goodbye.